Welcome to another video here by the Tokyo Real Estate Man, and this is or Shibuya Republic. We're both real estate or apparel. They're kind of the same thing in some ways, you know, like being stylish in Tokyo. Anyhow, I'm here in Nakameguro today, and I've been thinking about this video here for about a week. This video today is a bit of a, I'm not really a strict person, but I've been really thinking about this quite a bit, and this is what I'm going to call my Japan pep talk video, and I'm going to try to keep it, you know, like in a decent amount of time. Okay, now I've been living in Tokyo since the 1990s, and I just love it here, and I can never leave. Okay, because my life is too complicated. There's just too much here. I have my wife and my kids, and my properties are all here. All in the Shibuya, basically Nakameguro to Sangenjaya, all the way to Akasaka area. And this is what I want to talk is a bit of a financial pep talk to you, and that's just to the people who've been in Japan here and they like it or they can't leave. Okay, and that's what you're gonna have to make some moves here in Japan. Let's say you come here and you're 25 years old. Well, I would say then between the ages of 25 and 40 that your working career, granted that you be a diligent person, is going to work toward you. I would say that would be like a sort of a downward, like it would have an upward slope in that you'd be looking toward promotions, and I think that your age is really working well for you. But I also think in that age that you're really against a race against time, okay? And that I think you're in a race against time to gather assets, whether that be here. Like obviously this is pretty, like, it's no, like, this is for everyone anywhere, but like you're here in Japan and you're working for a company and you become a seishain, which is like a proper designated employee of a company, and you're still renting, you're making a mistake. You need to move over to the ownership side, and then you need to find an area that is popular with Japanese people, where the population is increasing, and you need to try to buy a unit wherever you're from. That could be in Nagoya. Nagoya's got that neighborhood. Osaka has got that neighborhood. Here in Tokyo, like Sangenjaya is a neighborhood like that, or Shibuya is a neighborhood like that, where the people are coming to it and the inflows are increasing and that land is becoming popular. You've got to get access to that less than 1% financing that you can get, because that is really one of the biggest benefits that we have as people that participate here in the Japanese economy. If you don't work in Japan, you cannot get that less than 1% variable rate financing. Okay, outsiders from this economy cannot get that financing. They can't even get like what's known as Toshibuken or investment loan financing, which is probably at what, 3.8% right now in a best case scenarios, as far as up to 6 or 7%. So you need to have access to that financing, okay, less than 1%. At the same time, if you could be investing in Japanese equities, or you don't have to invest in Japanese equities. You want to get into foreign equities, that's fine. But you're really in a race against time, because by the time you get to 40, okay, I would still say your career slope would then become actually flatter, but I think when you get to my age, like 51, you know, I don't have to really work anymore, because I have my investments working for me, okay? But I think between 40 and 55, I think actually the career slope could be like a flat one. Not too bad. I don't think it's too bad. But you've got to have everything in place by the age of 55. And imagine if a lot of guys here that are 40, they run back to wherever they're from. They probably like it here, okay? But the financial pressures of having rented for 15 years and having nothing to show for it after being in, and having no like variable financing contract with a major Japanese banks, puts a lot of pressure on you. But just imagine the person that's rented for 15 years, okay, has nothing, or imagine a person who has like a long-term contract that they signed for 10 years for that's financing that at 0.059% of a mortgage. So you're basically, your payment that you're making every month is going into basically long-term savings for yourself. Okay, you've taken a lot of pressure off yourself. So you have to take a bit of a medium risk strategy, which is you have to, if you're here and you don't get access to that financing, you're making a big mistake. What if you get injured? What if you get fired? What if you have a fight like I've had when I worked for a company before, where you had a fight with someone inside the department who just wants to get rid of you? You know, we're not Japanese too, and this could apply for Japanese people as well. It's called ijime. It's a way of bullying. It happens a lot in Japan. So at least when I was receiving ijime where I worked, I was probably, I'm looking back now, I was 35 years old. And I think I probably had at that point maybe 3 investment properties at that point in time. Konnichiwa, sumimasen. So you've got to put yourself in a really a stronger position, because those things can come up. And by having that, if you get fired, let's say you got fired or you got into that ijime situation and you're 36 years old and your company has let you go. Okay, you can find another job, but now you're going to need to, if you didn't find a job over the first 6 months, you need to now explain to the bank what happened, and then you can't get the financing. So you need to get these financial contracts and a lot of the investing all put in a way before the career slope becomes flat or uphill for you. That's a really key strategy. So this is a little financial pep talk for the people who want to stay here, or you have a kid and a family, and if you can, you should have a two-way strategy. You should be trying to buy, like I have a place in Canada, you should be trying to buy that place in Canada and have that place here in Tokyo, or several places here in Tokyo. You can do this. There's a bit of a financial pep talk, but you have to do this you have to put the pieces together on this while the career slope is working in your favor. And when I was doing a lot of investments many years ago, the real estate market is not as popular as it was as it is now, and the bank was more willing to give me loans because there was probably less people willing to make those sort of loans. But now that the real estate market is hot, why is the bank going to want to make a bunch of loans to me? Because they'd probably rather spread their risk around to, rather than have the loan with one person, they'd probably like to spread their risk around with having those loans to, you know, like instead of one person having 12 loans, they'd rather have 12 people having one loan. That spreads their risk out for their loan profile. So anyway, this is a pep talk for the people who want to stay here. You like it here. It's a beautiful city. I think it's the best in the world. But we've got to play our A game really well between the ages of 25 and 40. Okay, and that includes real estate. Okay, another real estate video here by the Tokyo Man coming from the beautiful, beautiful Nakameguro River. Little pep talk today. Thank you very much.